Hello students, today we will discuss some important questions of power sharing, class 10 political science. First question is why horizontal distribution of power sharing is important. First of all, power is shared between legislature, executive and judiciary. All the organs are placed at same level ताकि they can exercise different powers. It controls the exercises of unlimited power by any one organ. It maintains the balance of the powers, works as a check and the balance, and कोई भी आप इसके अलावा भी relevant point आप लिख सकते हैं. This is the answer key, and you need to explain these points. In modern democracies, power sharing arrangement can take many forms. First of all, horizontal form, जहाँ पे आपके different organs में share होगी. Vertical, different levels में होगी, जैसे आपके central government, state level, and the local level. Social groups में share होगी. Political parties, pressure groups, and the movements आपकी सब में share होगी. Now moving to the next question, describe any three characteristics of the distribution of the power between the center and the states in the India. Constitution आपका distribute करता है legislative power between the state and the union government. National importance like foreign affairs, banking सब आपके union list के अंदर आएंगे. Subject to the local importance like police, trade that comes under the state list. Subject of the common interest like education, marriage वो आपके concurrent list में आती है both center and the state government. I'm now moving to the next question. Evaluate the power sharing system in India. Different power sharing forms in modern democracies आपकी अलग अलग हैं. जैसे हमारे पास एग्जीक्यूटिव, लेजिस्लेचर एंड जुडिशरी है, का आपका डिफरेंट लेवल्स पे शेयर है पावर. सोशल ग्रुप्स में है आपके, एंड द पॉलिटिकल पार्टीज एंड द प्रेशर ग्रुप्स एंड द मूवमेंट्स में. इवेल्युएट द स्ट्रेंथ एंड द लिमिटेशंस ऑफ द लोकल सेल्फ गवर्नमेंट इन डेमोक्रेसी. पंचायती राज आज भी आपका बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट है रूरल डेवलपमेंट प्रोग्राम्स के लिए. यू विल एक्सप्लेन ऑल द थिंग्स. इसमें आपके जो मेरिट्स हो जाएंगे, डिमेरिट्स हो जाएंगे, दैट आर दी कोई भी प्रॉपर डिस्ट्रीब्यूशन ऑफ द पावर नहीं है, इनसफिशिएंट फंड्स है. सेकेंडली आपका इनडायरेक्ट इलेक्शन टू द पंचायती राज दैट अलाउड्स टू द करप्ट प्रैक्टिसेस. नाउ मूविंग टू द नेक्स्ट क्वेश्चन. हॉरिजॉन्टल पावर शेयरिंग को हमें डिस्क्राइब करना है. आपका पावर आपका डिफरेंट ऑर्गन्स में शेयर होती है. डिफरेंट ऑर्गन्स हैव डिफरेंट पावर. सप्रेशन आपका अलग अलग हो जाता है. अरेंजमेंट इज आपका कॉल्ड बाय द चेक एंड द बैलेंस. अब बेल्जियम मॉडल की अगर हम बात करते हैं, दैट इज वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट क्वेश्चन फॉर द बोर्ड्स. Dutch were the majority in the country. The French and the Dutch speaking population was given equal representation. Belgium was declared as the federal state, and the state governments were given the important powers. State government did not act as the subordinate to the central government. The capital of the Brussels has a separate government. Dutch-speaking people has accepted equal representation in the central government. Community government was elected by the Dutch, French, and the German-speaking people. Now moving to the next question. Describe any three steps to strengthen the local self-government by the Constitution in 1990. It is the constitutionally mandatory to hold the regular elections to the local government bodies. Seats are reserved. At least one third of the position for the women and independent institution of the state election has been created. State governments are required to share some power and the revenue with the local governments. Now moving to the different organs, कौन से हैं? Legislature that makes the laws, judiciary that implements the laws, judiciary that safeguards the. Now moving to the case study. This is the case study about the decentralization in India. Why India has the decentralization considered as the largest experiment in the democracy? Because the decentralization represent one of the largest experiment आपका because of the local governments हमारे democratic structure में importance रखती है. 36 lakh people represented in the panchayat and the municipalities. Now the second is analyze how constitutional status for the local government has helped to deepen the democracy in India. That has increased the women representation. Dirty politics आपकी थोड़ी सी इससे कम हो गई है. People to directly participate in the decision making. It also help to habit of जो आपका democratic participation है उसमें आपकी लोगों को थोड़ा सा engage ज़्यादा कर दिया गया है. Now moving to the next question, explain any two step taken by the Indian government for the decentralization. पंचायत systems rural areas में apply करे थे, municipalities in the urban areas. Now moving to the next case study. This sorry, this is not the case study question. Compare the situation of the Belgium and the Sri Lanka considering their location and the location sign and the cursor. Sri Lanka and Belgium both had the ethnic conflicts of the power on the basis of the language. न्यूमेरिकली आपका एक ग्रुप बहुत बड़ा था, and the second was the lesser. Both Belgium and Sri Lanka were having the issue of the power sharing. Belgium worked on the accommodation principle that compared to the Sri Lankan, which switched to the majoritism. Power sharing took place in the different ways in the Sri Lanka and the Belgium model. Belgium opted for the power mode of the power sharing to the respect and the representation of the different communities and the regions. On the other hand, Sri Lanka adopted a confrontarian approach where the majority community exerted the dominance and others refused to share the power. Now, how the idea of the power sharing emerged, explain the different forms that have been arrangement of the power sharing. In this question, you will explain all the horizontal, vertical, each organ, why the power sharing is important, all these things. Now, if you require this PDF, you can get the link in the description, and the cost of this PDF is only rupees 11. We have also given the WhatsApp group link through which you can join our group, where we will be discussing the important questions for coming class 10th boards for all subjects. Thank you.